Evening YouTubers and subscribers to our channel, Another Man's Shoes. Thanks for tuning in. This is the first sort of video we've put up on the channel other than our podcast, and I just really wanted to reach out to all the subscribers and viewers of the show so I could give you a bit of a heads up and an update of where the show's going and the format that we're taking. Really excited about season 3. We've released about 5 or 6 episodes so far. We've recorded a whole load more. It's with myself, Adam, and my co-host Martin, who sadly can't be here today. He's on holiday. But what we're doing is we're going to switch fire slightly. We're going to put more content on YouTube because the feedback we're getting is very positive. People are loving the show, but they also want to be able to engage a bit more with us. We're getting a lot of questions coming through on different channels, on Facebook, on Instagram, we had a few on TikTok. We're not on X, and it just seems that we should be just putting all our energy and all our efforts into one channel where everyone can see the questions that are being raised, the answers and the responses that we're giving, some of the feedback, some of the criticism. We want to be totally open so people can see that, and so that's what we're going to do. We haven't really done much with the YouTube channel, bar sort of setting it up, because the platform we currently use at Another Man's Shoes automatically uploads all of the video and the audio for each podcast onto every channel. So it's currently on sort of Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, Castbox, and a whole load of other places, as well as YouTube. But we don't really go on and focus our efforts onto YouTube and do much video. So we're changing that. So from next week, all the episodes will be putting a lot of the focus on what we're doing onto YouTube and making sure that the episodes are filtered and edited in such a way that you can see the video and the audio and it looks really good. So if you're watching at your desktop or on your mobile, it's still just as good as the experience you'll get as if you're listening when driving down the road in the car. And we're really excited about this. We've got some fantastic guests lined up. We've got a number already in the can that we're editing at the moment. We've also had some really good guests that have been on the show so far. The likes of Phil Campion. He's been on twice now. His last episode, absolute stitches. Martin and I were laughing for hours afterwards. He is one of the funniest people I've ever met. And we didn't even realise when we were talking that our paths crossed. We were at Hereford at the same time, yet didn't even realise it. And it's such a common theme that when we've spoken to a lot of other guests, when we've discussed their journeys, it turns out that Martin and I we've been in the same country, in the same conflicts, in the same places at the same time as them, yet 10, 15, 20 years later, we're meeting up and we're talking about shared experiences that we all had together unknowingly. And we're going to bring some of that into the future episodes because there's been some really poignant points made where we've had that. Like recently, we only just found out, like Martin Compton, who was in the Household Cavalry that we interviewed, severely burnt, 60-70% burns. His vehicle was blown up. We didn't realise that when he was blown up, the fire mission that came in to provide them with covering fire so they could get out of Musakala. Martin, co-host on the show, he was the corporal in charge of that fire mission. He was sending the artillery in and killing the enemy essentially. And we didn't realise that until nearly 20 years later. So quite emotional when we found out about that shared experience. And that's happened on other occasions. But we're here today just recording this down on the river. We've got the estate down here in the New Forest, and we've got our guests coming down. We record in the privacy of here, have a cup of tea, go for a beer at the pub, make a day of it. But also, it's a bit of a veterans retreat. So if anyone is feeling a bit down, who's not feeling great about the world, reach out to us. We'll see if we can help and support you, because this show is primarily, it's for veterans, it's for people interested in the military. So you don't have to have served, but you might have an interest in the military. You might be a bit pissed off about the way the military and the world's going, and we'll quite happily share our views on that and what we think about where we see the future. We've got no allegiance to any political parties, no particular bias, so we'll let you hear it exactly as we feel. And on that same vein, we'll be doing the weekly updates here on YouTube, but we'll also be doing regular sound bites, 5-10 minute extracts sort of every day or every other day. So as we sort of see things in the news, or if we've got feedback coming through from previous episodes, we'll respond to that. We'll come on, we'll do a video like this, we'll do live streams. but all of that does require subscribers, and that's something that I've neglected. And I really now need to focus on getting our subscribers and getting our listeners up on YouTube so that more people can hear the show. So if you're already subscribing, thank you, really appreciate it. Please share the show. If you're not subscribing, please press that subscribe button, share it to your friends, recommend us. We're going to be doing a lot more episodes. Martin and I are going to be having some one-on-one discussions. We're going to talk about our experiences, how we found a journey within the military, what we got up to, lives of airborne soldiers, working with special forces, climbing mountains, all the humdrum, the boring life when you're sat on camp, and some of the antics that we got up to and we got away with most of the time, and everything in between. We're going to talk about upcoming guests. We're going to talk about past guests, what we thought about the interviews, what you thought. Let's just sort of engage with each other. And I'm really excited about this sort of progress that we're going to be going on. We've also got quite a few fun trips planned over the next 12 months. So we're going to take the camera, we're going to take the microphone, and we're going to record those trips. We're going to put the daily sort of feeds out there, unfiltered, so you can hear and see it and just see what it's like. We're going over to Belize. We're going to be paddling through the jungle. We've got trips to the top of the mountain. We're skiing, we're hiking, we're riding motorbikes, we're doing all sorts of fun stuff. We're popping out to Ukraine. We've got some stuff going on out there, so we're going to take the camera with us so you can see what we're up to. And just really, let's make this a really cool channel. If you've got a question, ask it. If you're leaving the military, we've all recently done that. We've got 40 odd years experience between Martin and I. So, if you've got a question, it's a nervous time leaving the military. It can make you very anxious. How do you use that resettlement? Are you going to use the money for the right course? We're more than happy to give you our feedback on what we did when we transitioned out of the military and what we thought was a good thing. Any opportunities that we hear about, we'll put them on this channel. There's lots of things. There's a good network of blokes that are chatting. So if we hear about security opportunities or anything in the telecoms industry or logistics, whatever it might be, we'll put that on this channel, because it's all about us helping each other, having some fun with this, having a cup of tea together in the morning, righting the world's wrongs, telling you what the government are doing wrong, where Keir Starmer's totally shafting us, and let's just really get along, have some fun, subscribe, share this, listen to the old episodes, tell us who you would like to get on any future episodes. I'd love to hear who you want to get on. We really enjoy interviewing them. We'll get them down here to the farm. We'll go up and meet them wherever it may be. Quite happy to travel. We've got some brilliant episodes coming up. One that I'm particularly looking forward to next week is with a chap called Dean, South African martial arts bodyguard. He has lived an absolute life, had to leave South Africa for various reasons. They're bodyguard to Rihanna, some very famous people, been to some hairy situations. He's going to tell us all about that, and so we'll get that episode up there. We've got John Chart. He was on us with season 1. John sadly got motor neurone disease, and he's had that for 4 or 5 years now, and it's a hideous demonic disease, and it is really taking him down. But he is trying everything, all different protocols, different treatment options, going really sort of left field to try and find something that will help. And we're going to follow him on that journey. We're going to talk to him. It's John versus MND on Instagram. Follow him, like him, help him, and we're going to get him on, and we're going to talk about where he's going. And as I said before, we've been spreading ourselves across all the different platforms. So we've been on this, on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We haven't done X, never been a big fan of that, or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Facebook just seems to be full of haters. It's crap these days. It's for the old. And so we're going to concentrate primarily on just using Instagram, just to post it out there to basically channel people across to YouTube and YouTube itself. But we're very easy to get hold of. Another Man's Shoes on Instagram. Find us on there, send us a DM, private message us, comment on any of our posts, or just send us a message in the chat on YouTube. Comment on this video. Do you like it? Give it a thumbs up, give it a thumbs down. We're all big and tough here. We can handle the criticism, but what we want is to develop and make this show better, so that when you're watching it, you're loving it, you're engaging with us, and that's all we want. We want to create that great family and community here at Another Man's Shoes, and long may it continue. So thank you, God bless, happy Christmas, and see you on the next episode. Thank you.